त्याला बोला ते ब्रो लेंग्रा
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुनितारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं चैतन्यमीश्वरम्। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा
Krishna
कृष्णा
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
राम हरे
Rama
राम राम
Rama
राम हरे
Hare
हरे।
Hare.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all for Bhagavatam discussion. We'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 4, Text 11. Can somebody read?
Hare Krishna. I will read Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mataji, please.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Text Srimad Bhagavatam 2.4.11. Sutta uvacha iti upamantrito rajsa गुणानुकथने हर्ष
Hare
ऋषिकेशं स्मृत्या प्रतिवक्तुं प्रचक्रमे। Screen Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Translation and purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Sutta Goswami said, when Sukadeva Goswami was thus requested by the king to describe the creative energy of the personality of Godhead, he then systematically remembered the master of the senses, Sri Krishna, and to reply properly, he spoke thus. Purport. The devotees of the Lord, while delivering speeches and describing the transcendental attributes of the Lord, do not think that they can do anything independently. They think that they can speak only what they are induced to speak by the Supreme Lord, the master of the senses. The senses of the individual being are not his own. The devotee knows that such senses belong to the Supreme Lord and that they can be properly used when they are employed for the service of the Lord. The senses are instruments and elements or ingredients all endowed by the Lord. Therefore, whatever an individual can do, speak, see, etc., is under the direction of the Lord only. The Bhagavad Gita 15.15 confirms this. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivisto matta smritir. Sanam
Jnanam.
apo Jnanam. Sorry, I am not able to see Prabhuji.
Yeah, Jnanam.
Jnanam, sorry. Jnanam apohanam cha. No one is free to act freely and independently, and as such, one should always seek the permission of the Lord to act or eat or speak. And by the blessing of the Lord, everything done by a devotee is beyond the principles of the four defects typical of the conditioned soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Now, continuing, Sutta Goswami speaking. When Sukadeva Goswami was thus requested, when Parishit Maharaj requested by the king, the describe to the creative energy of the personal Godhead, then systematically remember the master of the senses, the Rishikesha, which is Krishna himself, and replied properly, spoke thus, he says. So we know in the previous verse, Sejasamram Sharanya talking to Sutta Goswami. Sutta Goswami is asked to describe what happened between Parishit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami. What did Parishit Maharaj asked Sukadeva Goswami? Now Sutta Goswami is saying that yes, when Parishit Maharaj, the king, asked like this, Sukadeva Goswami is replied back like this. In the coming verses, he's going to explain. So the few points here in the verse says Krishna is a master of the senses, which is Rishikesha. So, and the Sukadeva Goswami explained in a very systematical manner, remembered and explained systematical manner. So the few things we can understand, of course, Krishna is the master of senses, and we have to satisfy Krishna's senses. When Krishna's sense is satisfied, everything else gets satisfied. Our senses also get satisfied, everything gets satisfied. We have so many pastimes, like we know Durvasa Muni coming to Pandavas and Akshaya Patra pastime, where Draupadi is requested Krishna to, give Akshaya Patra, and nothing was there. And when Krishna took one grain, and Krishna was happy, the whole thousands of disciples of Durvasa Muni was satisfied. So he can satisfy anyone just by satisfying Krishna. That's why the center of our worship or center of our every activity should be Krishna. That's why Prabhupada always say that when you want to water a plant, water to the root. When root is watered, everything is gets gathered. There's no point in there's no need to water to the each trunks or each leaves, nothing required. Similarly, when Krishna is worshipped, Krishna is happy, every Devata is happy, every Jiva is happy. So further, the Sukadeva Goswami is saying that he systematically remembered and spoke thus. So when we study the scriptures also, we should study systematically. When we say systematically, means a structured study. Not that for sake of haphazardly reading one thing and going, no. Actually Prabhupada says, you scrutinizingly study my books. Scrutinizingly study means each and every word, we should analyze it and understand why this the word is coming in this sloka, and also, and what is that Prabhupada explaining that purport. If you see the Prabhupada's purport, Prabhupada is very systematically explains each and every aspect of the sloka. So that's why when we study the scriptures, we should study and make notes. That's most important. Make notes and remember that and start analyzing it. That's why this studying scripture is so important. Swadhyaya is called. So here Prabhupada says that what is the nature of devotees? Nature of devotees that they don't think that they can do anything independently. That is the most important. Even while speaking or when doing any seva, it is because of Lord's mercy, or actually it is because of my Guru Maharaj's mercy. It is because Prabhupada's mercy. It is because Parampara's mercy. I am able to do some service. Otherwise, I have no capabilities to do it. I have no capability to speak also. Many times we are, having a experience. When we come for a classes, sometimes we go blank. We don't know. We don't remember anything. Because, unless Krishna gives the memory, Krishna gives the right time, right words, I can't speak. And similarly, sometimes I not prepared anything, but on the spot, something Krishna inspires and comes out. So unless Krishna and Guru Parampara inspires, Guru Parampara gives the blessings, we can't do anything. That's why Prabhupada is saying a devotee never thinks as independent. And also, He says that the devotee knows that the sense belongs to Supreme Lord. That is the most important things. The whole sense, like we know the pastime of Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj used all senses for Krishna service, whether it's ears to hear the glories of the Krishna, the eyes to see the beautiful form of Krishna, the hands to clean the temple and walk, the legs to do pradakshina. Like that, everything is used for Krishna service. So that's why the senses belongs to Krishna. The senses has to be engaged in Krishna service. Prabhupada is quoting from 1515, Sarvasya chaham iti sannivisto matha smritir jnanam aphoanam cha vedeshu sarver ahameva vedyo vedanta kridveda videva chaham. So he's saying that I am seated everyone's heart. From me comes the remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness. This is the most important. Krishna was the one is giving the intelligence. Krishna is the one giving the memory. Krishna is the one giving the forgetfulness also. I may be, preparing hours together, but on the spot, if I forget, finished. I can't do anything. So that's why we should always depend on Krishna. At the same time, Vedeshu Sarvet Ahamev Vedyo. He says all the Vedas coming from me. And he is the Vedanta. Vedanta means the end of Veda to understand Krishna. Who is Krishna? And what is my service to Krishna, or what is my position? I am the servant, he is the master. He is the Prabhu and I am servant. That is understanding. If that understanding is there, whole Vedas understood. There's no need to, separately understand. Of course, reading scriptures required. Reading scriptures required to, make this understanding firm and make my chanting more and more better. Whole purpose of reading scripture is to improve my chanting, improve my sadhana. That is the only purpose. Otherwise, no need for separate knowledge. We are reading Bhagavatam so that the taste for chanting is increases. My attentiveness for chanting increases. That is the most important. Because Prabhupada says 99% of my devotional service depends on chanting. 99%. All other things is 1%. So I should focus 100% on chanting. But to do that, 99%, I need supporting role. I need devotee association. I need Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, so that daily I should be, given dose. Yes, chant properly. Yes, chant properly. Pay attention. This is what I should be told. That's why I read Bhagavatam. I take association devotees. I get instruction from other senior devotees. Prabhupada then finally says, no one is free from the acts of freely independently, and is such one should always seek permission of the Lord to act or eat or speak, and by the blessing of the Lord, everything done by a devotee is beyond the principles of the four defects. What are the four defects? The defects are my senses are imperfect. I can't see beyond certain distance in my eyes. I can't hear certain things, beyond certain distance. My senses are imperfect. I'm prone to commit mistakes. Yes, every step I'm committing mistakes. I have a cheating propensity. The cheating propensity could be cheating to others, cheating to myself. Many times I try to cheat myself. I know it's mistake, but I'll try to cheat that. And I am always illusioned. Like sometimes I, think something which is fact, but it's not. So these are the four defects. So by simply understanding that and my dependence on Krishna, I can overcome these four defects. Because I should understand my senses are imperfect. I have always chances to commit mistakes. I have always, been illusioned. And the circumstances, my dependence on Krishna, my dependence on my senior Vaishnavas, my dependence on my Guru is to increase more. Then I'll be at least better off than others. Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll continue next sloka.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I think it is assigned to me. Shri Shukavacha Nama Parasmay Purushaya Bhuyase Shat Udbhavasthana Nirodha Leelaya Grahita Shakti Tritaya Dehinam अंतर्भावयानुपलक्ष्य वर्तमाने. Translation by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shukdev Goswami said, "Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who for the creation of the material world accept the three modes of nature. He is the complete whole residing within the body of everyone, and his ways are inconceivable." Purport. The material world is a manifestation of the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, and the Supreme Lord for the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material world accepts three predominating forms as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankara, Shiva. As Vishnu, he enters into everybody materially created. As Garbhodakshai Vishnu, he enters into every universe, and as Shirodakshai Vishnu, he enters the body of every living being. Lord Shri Krishna, being the origin of all Vishnu Tattvas, is addressed here as Parapuman or Purushottama, as described in the Bhagavad Gita 15.18. He is the complete whole. The Purushavatars are therefore his plenary expansions. Bhakti Yoga is the only process by which one can become competent to know him. Because the empiric philosophers and mystic yogis cannot conceive the personality of Godhead, he is called Anupalakshaya Vartamane, the Lord of the inconceivable ways, or Bhakti Yoga.
Hare Krishna. You can go ahead and explain, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. So, this material world, as we know, is the manifestation of the three modes, that is goodness, passion, and ignorance. So, and different combination of these modes actually governs the different living entities. So, as he's saying, Shukdev Goswami, that Lord is complete whole residing within the body of everyone. Like he is outside this material universe, but here also he is there. So like he's there and he's not there. It's like it's an inconceivable thing to say. So in our vision we may not be able to see the Lord, but the Lord is everywhere. And again, the three Purusha, like it is explained. One second, Prabhuji.
Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh.
Yeah. So here Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. So Brahma do the creation, Vishnu do the maintenance, and Shankara, Shiva do the destruction. So they represent the three modes as well: Rajoguna, Sattva and Tamoguna. Yet among these three, we can see that Vishnu is Vishnu Tattva, Brahma is Jiva Tattva, and Shiva is Shiva Tattva, neither Jiva or Vishnu. So that distinction is fundamental in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. And the three Purusha avatars are we see the Karnodakshai Vishnu, who lies in the causal ocean, and from his breathing all the innumerable universes emanates, and he is the source of all material creations. And Garbhodakshai Vishnu enters each individual universe, and from his navel the lotus appears, and in that lotus Brahma appears. So he sustains each universe internally. And then the Chirodakshai Vishnu, or the Paramatma, he enters every atom, enter the heart of every living being, and he acts as a witness, permitter, and giver of memory, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So, like that verse is there, Updrashta Anumanta Cha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. So that is being said for the Shrutakshaya Vishnu. And thus the Lord is cosmic, universal, and personal and intimate. At the cosmic level, he is there, and at the universal level, and also at the personal and very intimate levels, all simultaneously. So this is the inconceivable thing about the Lord. And Krishna is also said as the Param Puman, that means Purushottama. So although Vishnu expands as the Purusha avatars, but still Lord Shri Krishna is their origin. So uh, hence it is he is addressed as the Param Puman, the supreme person, or Purushottama, that is the greatest of all persons. Same thing. So in Bhagavad Gita 15.18, that is Yasmat Sharam Atito Ham Aksharad Apichottama. So I am transcendental to both the fallible and the infallible. In previous shloka, Krishna explained that there are two kinds of people in the creation, one is fallible and other is infallible, and but I am transcendental to both of them, and therefore I am celebrated as Purushottama. So all the Vishnu forms are his plenary expansions, and Krishna is the Swayam Bhagwan. That is confirmed in Bhagavatam 1.3.28. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. So next thing is that Bhakti Yoga is the only process by which one can know him. Because empirical philosophers or the Gyanis, they try to understand God by speculation and in impersonalism. And the mystic yogis, they attempt to perceive him through meditation. At best, they reach Paramatma. But Krishna cannot be approached by intellect, austerities, or yoga power. He reveals himself only to the devotees. As Lord says, Bhaktyamam Janati, Yavan Yachashmi Tatvata. So only the Bhakta can know him as he is. In that, like he mentioned, Yes Chashmi Tatvata, that means as I am. And then the last one is that Anukalpa Anupa Lakshya Vartamane, that inconceivable path. So Lord is described as Anupa Lakshya Vartamane. That means his path cannot be traced, his movement cannot be calculated, his nature cannot be grasped materially. So bhakti is not like some logical deduction or not some mechanical meditation or not some ritualistic performance, but bhakti is service, submission, and then the revelation. So bhakti is both the path and the destination. Yes, Prabhu, that's all from my side.
Okay, we'll move on to the next token. Wait, next one. Anyone allocated? If not, anyone can read. Please go ahead. Anyone? Go on.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, Mother, you can read.
Yes, Prabhuji. Bhuyo namasat vrijinachit satam asambhavaya kila sattva murtaye pumsam punah parama hamsa ashrame vyavasaya tanam anumragya dashuse. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I again offer my respectful obeisances unto the form of complete existence and transcendence, who is the liberator of the pious devotees from all distress and the destroyer of the further advances in atheistic temperament of the non-devotee demons. For the transcendentalists who are situated in the topmost spiritual perfection, he grants their specific destinations. Purport. Lord Sri Krishna is the complete form of all existence, both material and spiritual. Akila means complete, or that which is not Akila, inferior. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, there are two kinds of nature. Prakriti, namely the material nature, and the spiritual nature, or the external and internal potencies of the Lord. The material nature is called apara, or inferior, and the spiritual nature is called superior or transcendental. Therefore, the form of the Lord is not of the inferior material nature. He is complete transcendence, and he is Murti, or having transcendental form. The less intelligent men who are unaware of his transcendental form describe him as impersonal Brahman. but Brahman is simply the race of his transcendental body. Yashya Prabha. Bhagavad Gita 5.40.
But this one.
Bhakti Sindhu.
No, Brahma Samhita.
Brahma Samhita, sorry, Prabhuji. 5.40. The devotees who are aware of his transcendental form render him service. Therefore, the Lord also reciprocates by his causeless mercy and thus delivers his devotees from all distress. The pious men who follow the ruling of the Vedas are also dear to him. And therefore, the pious men of this world are also protected by him. The impious and the non-devotees are against the principles of the Vedas, and so such persons are always hampered from making advances in their nefarious activities. Such of them who are specially favored by the Lord are killed by him personally, as in the cases of Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, and Kamsa. And thus such demons get salvation and are thereby checked from further progress in their demonic activities. Just like a kind father, either in his favor upon the devotees or his punishment of the demons, he is ever kind to everyone because he is the complete existence for all individual existence. The Paramahamsa stage of existence is the highest perfectional stage of spiritual values. According to Srimati Kunti Devi, the Lord is factually understood by the Paramahamsas only. As there is a gradual realization of the transcendence from impersonal Brahman to localized Paramatma to the personality of Godhead, Purushottama, Lord Krishna. Similarly, there is gradual promotion of one situation in the spiritual life of sannyasa.
Kutichaka.
What Prabhuji? Kujika.
Kutichaka. Kutichaka, Bahudaka, and Parikachaka.
Kutichaka, Bahudaka, Parivrajaka, Parivrajaka and Paramahamsa are gradual progressive stages in the renounced order of life. Sannyasa and Queen Kunti Devi, the mother of Pandavas, has spoken about them in her prayers for Lord Krishna. Canto 1, Chapter 8. The Paramahamsas are generally found among both the impersonalists and the devotees, but according to Srimad Bhagavatam, as clearly stated by Kunti Devi, pure bhakti yoga is understood by the Paramahamsas, and Kunti Devi has especially mentioned that the Lord descends. Paritranaya sadhunam, Bhagavad Gita 4. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinasaya jagaddushtam, dharma samsthapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge, especially to avoid bhakti yoga to the Paramahamsas. So ultimately, the Paramahamsas, in the true sense of the term, are unalloyed devotees of the Lord. Srila Jiva Goswami has directly accepted that the highest destination is Bhakti Yoga, by which one accepts the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Those who accept the path of Bhakti Yoga are the factual Paramahamsas. Since the Lord is very kind to everyone, the impersonalists who accept bhakti as the means of merging in the existence of the Lord in his impersonal Brahma Jyoti are also awarded their desired destination. He has assured everyone in the Bhagavad Gita 4.11, Yatamam Prapadyante. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, there are two classes of Paramahamsas, namely the Brahmanandis, impersonalists, and the Premanandis, devotees. And both are awarded their desired destinations, although the Premanandis are more fortunate than the Brahmanandis. But both the Brahmanandis and the Premanandis are transcendentalists. And they have nothing to do with the inferior material nature full of the existential miseries of life. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura 2.4.
Not
Bhuyo
required.
Nama Sad
That's
Rajna
not
Chit
required.
Satam Mukhi Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So maybe we can stop here. It's already 9:32. The purport we'll discuss tomorrow. Maybe other devotees also can read and come. Because it's quite a long purport purport is given. We can have a detailed discussion possible more. So devotees want to share any points, we can go ahead. So, who want to start?
Krishna is the master of senses. When Krishna's senses are satisfied, all our senses are satisfied. All the Vedas are understood if we are in a submissive mode. I am servant and the Lord is the master. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Asha Mataji, what adding?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Same, Krishna is the master of all senses. We have to satisfy Krishna's senses so that our senses can be satisfied. Any of our activity, the center should be the Supreme, the Krishna. When we study scriptures, we should study scrutinizingly and systematically. Nature of a devotee should be that I cannot do anything independently. Everything depending on the Supreme. And then there are 4 imperfections, and by depending on Krishna, we can overcome these defects. Chanting is very important. To chant properly, we have to have the devotee association, and we have to also read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. That will make our chanting perfect, because then we have the reminders how to chant and what should be done during chanting. That's my takeaway, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Maria Prabhu, would add anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay. No.
Rishikesha, Krishna is the master of all senses. Dhruva Muni and his associates convinced by Krishna when he tried to trouble, and Srila
Durvasa.
Prabhupada, Prabhuji,
Durvasa.
Durvasa Muni and his associates convinced by Krishna when he tried to trouble. Srila Prabhupada asked devotees to study scrupulously to better understand, while learning, attentively listen, and unless Krishna inspires, Guru Parampara involvement is essential to understand the messages of Krishna. Hence, it is essential to engage the senses in services of Krishna, who gives memory, remembrance, and intelligence. I am servant of Krishna, is the master, and chanting is to improve my devotional services 90%. To achieve this, association of devotees is essential. My senses are limited, bound to commit mistakes, but if I involve Krishna and surrender, I can overcome these defects. And material world is governed by 3 modes of nature, and that is Rajoguna, Satoguna, and Damoguna. And Lord Krishna is inconceivable. Krishna is original. Vishnu is expansion. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. Bhakti is the ultimate. One can become competent to know him. And Bhakti is very easy and enjoyable if we can understand. And as I understand 9 steps of Bhakti, this thing process, Shravanam, Kirtanam, and all these 9 stages I can understand and sincerely follow. I can progress in Bhakti, and it is very interesting and it is very easy to practice. And ultimate is this, even in Bhakti also, devotion also, chanting. attentive chanting without making offenses. So that much I can understand, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Pradeep Prabhu, want to add anything?
प्रभु जी आपका voice is very low. Your voice is not audible.
Others able to hear me?
Able to.
I can hear you, Prabhu.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, the only point for me, the takeaway is, I think in the beginning, one of the person mentioned, Bhakti Yoga and surrender to the Lord is the best way to get blessed and get the mercies of the Lord. So instead of getting our mind distracted in various directions and trying to ask, where is God? How will God help me? How do I know that God is helping me? And so on. It takes me back to something that my elders taught me, which is first you have to trust something if it has to happen for you. If you don't even trust, then nothing is going to happen. In my practical experience, God is such. You have to trust and surrender. And once you start doing that, as you always say, Prabhu, I agree on that point, what you regularly say. Just surrender to Krishna. He will find ways to get you out of trouble, or he will provide you sufficient enough for you to live your this so-called dharmic life and let your soul go out. Then you don't have to do anything else. Just put your faith in Krishna. I think today was again a reiteration of the same point. Surrender fully. Don't question. The Lord will take care. And for sure, He will protect those who are looking for His mercy. This is my takeaway, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Swati Mataji, Swati Ravindran.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, from the class, you could understand that we are always bound to bound for mistakes due to sense going behind the sensory pleasures and other material aspects. So we should always engage all our senses to Krishna. And this can be easily attained through bhakti. Rather than any path, through bhakti, we can attain the Lord in a more most easiest way. And that's the main point from the class which I give.
Thank you. Sumit Prabhu, you have anything else to add? Sumit Prabhu.
Nothing else, Prabhuji.
Okay. Sridev Mataji, you have anything else to add?
Nothing, Prabhuji.
Vasuki Mataji. Able to hear me? Vidya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, nothing.
Okay. Umar Shankar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So today's takeaway, everything is explained by every devotee, all the devotees, and more probably the good takeaway is from the point is from Mariappan Prabhuji. He is told that the bhakti should be done in a pleasurable, enjoyable way. That can be done, and as per Pradeep Prabhu, it has been told that we have to completely surrender, and he will take care of the rest of the thing, and that's the thing. And next, my point is to add that. Krishna shows his mercy even for the demons. So after the killing of the demons, they get liberated. So at present, in the present age of Kali, all the demons are within ourselves. So if we completely surrender, at least we can get purified by stage position. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you all for your wonderful comments. We'll stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhudevichan patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. See you tomorrow at the same time. Hare Krishna.